guys, Melissa Sorrentino here for another installment of the Improv Sophisticate. I have not done one of these in a while. I've been busy and farting around with different videos, and it's been fun. So I hope you're tuning into the channel, but I do want to check in. I was thinking that today I want to talk a little bit about character, okay? How to do a character without doing a character, if that makes sense. Because what I really want you to do is be the character. Be the character. When you are out of character, you can talk about the character. I do this on purpose. It's something I sort of evolved into over many, many years. But I will refer to my character as she. She does this, she's thinking that, she had this upbringing, she's got these goals, that sort of thing. When I am being me, Melissa, the actor, talking about this character person over here who is not me. But when I am in the character, then I'm her. That's the I stuff. I came from here. I do this. These are my goals, my dreams, my history, my characteristics. But there is something of sort of like a bird's eye view that is a very interesting play between the actor and the character. And I just want to talk about that for a minute, because I think sometimes when we don't very strongly clarify the difference, then sometimes one bleeds into the other and it reduces the potency of our character. All right. The character is not aware that they are a character. The character is just living their life. The character, okay, I think I'm just going to really go out. Here's me. I'm Melissa. Hi, guys. I'm Tanya. I'm a character that she just made up. In her head, she's thinking like, I wonder if this character's any good. I wonder if people are going to believe me that I just made up this character. I wonder how much further into my nose this character's voice is going to go. Okay, that's me, okay? But I am in character. I'm being Tanya, and Tanya would not talk about Tanya in third person unless that's the kind of person that Tanya is. And there is a certain kind of person that, you know, it speaks something to your intellect level or something that you would refer to yourself in third person, or if you're just being cute. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm in love with Tanya. I'm not sure if I want her to be a bitch, or if I want to push the envelope and have her just be dumb, or what her history is, but I'm going to just ask her. I, Melissa, have an easier time asking Tanya when I'm Tanya, because then I get to remove Melissa. I get to remove Melissa's judgments, Melissa's own self-esteem that maybe like not feeling like I have enough knowledge to flesh out the character. Like, what if Tanya's from Minnesota? I never been to Minnesota. So, oh crap, then I'll be screwed. But, you know, if I'm Tanya, then I'm from Minnesota, okay? So, ask me questions about Minnesota, and, you know, I'm going to have a little bit of a tap into me, Melissa's head, while I'm being Tanya, and I'm going to be like asking her things. And Melissa's going to be over here going like, Minnesota, I think it's cold there. I think they have like an accent there. I really, honestly, I can't tell you. I don't know anything else about Minnesota. I knew two guys from Minnesota once, but I barely remember anything. Maybe there's like forest there. I don't know, but when I was in Minnesota, there was a big forest. Let me tell you. There was like a huge forest behind my house, and there's this creepy dude, and everybody thought he was a pedophile, but I just thought maybe he was just kind of a loner. So sometimes when I was a little kid, I would go to the woods. Uh-oh, Tanya's going to a dark place. Well, what am I supposed to do? This is my history. Okay? That is a little bit of an insight into the way that my characterization work goes. But I came up with a couple of bullet points that I want to share with you guys. And hopefully this will give you a little bit more insight into coming up with your own characters. When I wear a character, like I get inside inside the character. I don't hold up and observe the character. I get in the character, and then I'm like observing from the inside, like, wow, ooh, these are what my boobs feel like. This is what, whoa, oh, okay, this character's hat is like huge, and now I'm aware that, like, I gotta stand or this hat is gonna just like tip, because it is a very big fancy hat that this character's wearing. I wear the costumes of the character. I wear the human being like a skin, like I get in their bodysuit and zip it up and I'm in there now. When I wear a pair of jeans in real life, okay, when you put on a pair of jeans, let's say, you don't walk around, let's say they're really tight, stiff jeans. That'll give us something very, kind of hyperbolic to work with. Imagine you're putting on a pair of very stiff, tight jeans. You don't walk around in those stiff, tight jeans saying, boy, if I were in stiff, tight jeans right now, they would feel like this. They would shorten my stride because I would be stuck. They would hurt and cause me to wince from the pain of the jeans. You don't remove yourself because you're actually in the jeans. You just walk in them. Your gait is shortened. Your breath is harder to get because they're so tight. You can't sit down, and you can't bend your legs. These are things that are going to occur because you're actually physically putting on the jeans. It might be a bit of a stretch, pardon the pun, to think of a character that way, but that is very similar to the way that I think of character when I'm doing character. I don't get in Tanya and go like, if I'm from Minnesota, what kind of things do I think about? I don't do that. When I'm in her, I'm not crazy about Tanya, y'all, but she just showed up. I'm over here, Melissa, and I'm feeding stuff to Tanya, and I am just as curious to see what the hell Tanya's going to do with it as anybody else that might be watching. But I release myself. So what I need to do as an actor is I need to release myself from self-judgment. I need to attain a level of confidence that allows me to just be true to whatever is going to just start spewing out of my mouth. Have that confidence to allow it without putting a block, without Melissa lassoing Tanya and being like, let me be me. You can't have that battle going on in the present moment, particularly in improv, because you don't have a whole rehearsal process. You're not practicing, you're not learning a bunch of stuff about the character. You're not maybe working out and fleshing out a character that has an entire 2-hour feature length, film or play of information that you can read up on. You can't study the history of Minnesota. That's why sometimes I recommend, if it's up to you, choose places and things that you know. But another thing that's fun and actually very exploratory is, number one, as just a human being and knowing that you're an improviser, knowing that you're an actor, read things, watch things, expose yourself to things, and not just things that interest you. Find a way to be interested through the conduit of wanting to be a well-rounded character player, a well-rounded information offerer when you're in an improv scene. Maybe someone else is from Minnesota and you'll have something to tap into because you just, you paid attention when you were watching a TV show or something. So you're constantly, it's like if you're on an episode of Chopped, your suggestion would be those 4 items they give you in the basket, and you open the basket and see, okay, I've got these 4 things to work with, and I need to, I'm going to make a creme brulee out of these 4 ingredients. But you also are going to go to that pantry, and you're going to pull stuff out of the pantry. And it's your job, if you choose to take it on, to be a performer or an actor or an improviser or a writer or whatever, to live a life that's filling that pantry and replacing it with better, higher end items and more accuracy and more knowledge and all that. But at the same time, equally as fun, Part of what you're filling your pantry with is the I don't know shelf that says, I'm okay with keeping this shelf wide open. I'm going to fill it with confidence. I'm going to fill it with silliness. I'm going to fill it with self-deprecation and humility, so that if I get a suggestion and I don't know what the hell to do with it, I'm going to just start rolling with those punches. All right, that's a little bit of words on characterization. It's not the most organized of thoughts, but I am just sort of like shooting off the cuff here. But I do think it's interesting stuff, and I think I did tap in on a couple of real things that you can hold on to, particularly the analogy of putting on some jeans and filling your pantry with information in the other part of your life when you're this person versus when you're actually just straight up in character. So I am sick of hearing this bitch talk, and I am turning this off. Bye.